Yo, what up everyone? It's your boy, Tireless Golem, here with another video, and today we're opening up some more Deluxe EX. We've got one more day left after this, and then it's all over. We are gonna get another Professor's Research today. The question is, are we gonna get another Professor's Research tomorrow? We've gone probably like 3 or 4 out of 7 of just getting Professor's Researches, which is pretty crazy. So overall, it's been a very solid limited edition Deluxe EX release. I'm very happy with our results. I was also able to just, talk to y'all about how some of the things are going in my life, which has been great because a lot of the uploads that you're going to be seeing on this channel are going to be scheduled uploads from a few weeks ago. Like I said before, I've got a very busy schedule on my plate. I'm not able to do certain things, but I'm still trying to do a lot of things. It's crazy. I'm still trying to do a lot of things. I've been getting into speedrunning lately. I've been reading up on some of the documentation for some of these speedruns, and I'm not saying I'm going to necessarily be a speedrunning channel. This is mainly a variety channel, to be honest with you. We do everything in this arena. We do Pokemon, Magic the Gathering. We try different things out. We try to see what sticks, what doesn't, and that's pretty much what it is. We're just here to have fun and do what we can to have some fun. So hope everyone out there is doing great. I don't know exactly when our next giveaway is going to be, but we are planning on having some form of a giveaway at some point in the future. I'm thinking it'll be in 2 months, probably not next month, but probably in like another month or so. Just because there's a lot going on right now. We're working on this tournament. There's a Gen 7 Pure Hackmons tournament that I need to start advertising or telling people about because it's a big deal. First place gets $100, second place gets $50, and it's on my Discord. It's free to enter. Anyone can enter. So if you play Pokemon, I mean, this is pure hack. This is Hackmons, no nerd. Oh, this is Gen 7 Pure Hackmons. So if you know what that is, join the Discord and just play. We got our own private server where you can play with other people. You have multi-bot, which lets you play for free against a robot. So it's a lot of fun. But with that said, we're going to continue opening up packs. I don't know if they made any announcements about the next release, but I know that they're working on probably releasing a new set at the end of this month. Haven't heard any news about it, but I also haven't been actively checking. So I'll definitely keep an eye out because we're about to turn into like the August 20s. It's about that 10th digit is going to go from 1 to 2. So it means that we're almost at the end of August and we're almost at the end of summertime, which means that for a lot of people who are in college are going to be starting their fall semester, if not already. Some people have probably already started. I don't know, but I know some people like to start early. Like there are some schools that like to start in mid-August or like late August. It also depends on whether you're like in grad school or what type of school you are. Most places like to start in September. But yeah, there's a lot of people who are in school who watch these videos because the games that I play, Pokemon, cater towards students. I know a lot of students who play. There's also a lot of non-students who play Pokemon too. But I think if I were to look at the demographics and the statistics, I bet a lot more people who are in school. I bet a lot more schoolgoers are if we were to take the population of Pokemon how am I supposed to say this? If we were to take the population of people who play Pokemon, I bet more than 50% of them go to school of some sort, whether it's college, undergraduate or graduate, or what have you. I bet you like, I'm not saying that everyone's like young. There's definitely people who are old who go to school, right? So, but it is interesting that, Pokemon caters towards a younger audience. Magic the Gathering tends to cater towards an older audience, though I do see a lot of young population play Magic the Gathering. It's a very complicated game. It requires a lot of thinking. It also requires a lot of money, honestly. So if you do play Magic the Gathering, you kind of have to be like, you either have to be able to afford to play with like non-proxies or just proxy everything, because right now the economy is so bad. Things are going so south right now when it comes to the markets and everything. Pokemon right now is struggling. People are still buying like products, trying to buy out everything and scalp everyone out of their Pokemon cards, which is completely crazy because it just doesn't stop. It all started around 2020 or whatever when COVID happened and people were like, oh no, like all this stuff going on with COVID, and then Pokemon became really popular. People started buying out Pokemon, and then stores went out of business because of COVID. But then you still have people making a ton of money from these COVID purchases, and these COVID investments. And then the COVID boom happened. And I want to say, like, ever since things skyrocketed in price, it's never really been the same, right? Like, the world hasn't really readjusted. World events are happening that prevent gas prices from going down. It kind of sucks, but it's also the truth of the matter is these big companies, they want your money, they want your data, they want your privacy, and they're going to do everything they can to take it. And then if they can justify increasing the prices of food and water and gas, like if they can justify the increased price, they will do it. And if the economy is bad, they'll say, oh, the economy is bad, we got to increase the price even more. There's no argument. Here's the thing that really ticks me off a little bit, right? There's no argument you can give to someone who is a corporate leader that will convince them to lower their prices on anything. Because you'll say, oh, the economy is doing great, I'm going to increase the prices because the economy is doing great. Oh, the economy sucks, well, I got to increase the prices of gas or whatever. I understand there's supply and demand, but even when it doesn't matter how you arrange supply and demand, the arrows, the people who are in charge of the prices of things will always find a way to increase the prices. It's crazy. I mean, am I wrong or am I wrong? Because it really does seem that way. It seems like the prices of everything has been going out of hand. The prices of Magic cards are skyrocketing. Pokemon cards are skyrocketing. And who's buying this stuff? I'm not buying this stuff. Are you buying this stuff? Are you watching this? The person watching, are you buying all of these Pokemon cards? Who's buying them? I see people like, Rudy from Alpha Investments. I talk about Rudy all the time. He's a good YouTuber. He's very entertaining to watch. But it's just so interesting that, people like him make so much money off of this business. And I'm like, I really want to know who's buying all this product, because I don't know where these people are. Maybe I just don't go out and I mean, I'm not part of these markets anymore. I've never I don't think I've ever sold like a sealed product of anything of any sort. The one thing I did do was I opened up a Scars of Mirrodin booster box, and I opened a foil blood, what was it called? I forgot what the name of the card is. It's the red-blue dual land from Scars of Mirrodin, and it was a foil. I think it's called Blackcleave Cliffs. I think that's what it's called. But anyway, it was like $100. It was like 90 something dollars. So I ended up making all my money back from opening that booster pack. And it was pretty cool because I traded it away to a game store, and they really liked all the cards I gave them. And I got some money in return, which was great. I actually made money from that purchase, from that investment, from opening packs, which is unheard of. Usually, like I said before in my last video, if you open a booster pack, you can expect the value to degrade significantly. The reason why booster packs are more expensive is because there's the unknown factor. And then you get every now and then people like, oh, I don't know, I watched this YouTube video about people like getting a CT scan and like running their booster packs through the CT and seeing what cards are inside. I'm like, this is crazy. And I'm like, who's selling these CT scans? apparently someone on YouTube, like they found one from like a some landfill. They got it for like $200 or something like that, which is, first of all, that's very dangerous. Okay, I can tell you for sure, I don't think it's a very good idea. And I've had many conversations about this with my friends about how there's all these shenanigans going on with like radiation and all these substances. Like the printer that I got, remember I told you I got a printer last year and everything, and it was really good and it was really cool. But the thing about it is, you have to understand, is that that printer did not cause my cancer, but it just happened to be that I have an underlying condition called Sjogren's, which leads to, like, predisposes you to cancer. But the fact that I had the printer with the UV ink, the exposure to that can be toxic and can technically be something that can cause cancer. So like my family is right. Like I can't mess with stuff like that. So anytime I see like like people looking into this stuff, like looking through booster packs and seeing what's going on, I mean, there's a lot of people out there who are trying to scam you, right? There's the one person that I watched the video of, I forgot his name. I forgot this guy's name. He's a really big YouTuber though, but he made a video about this like a couple years ago. Oh gosh. I forgot what his name is. Wait, let me see if I can remember it. He's a big YouTuber too, and he opens like alpha packs and stuff. Oh, I don't remember the name. Big Money Oney or something like that. Big Money Funny. His name is like Big Money Pooey or something like that. I don't remember his name. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember his name. But he's really entertaining. I love watching his videos. It just stinks that I don't remember his name. But he's a really big YouTuber, and he was making a video about how he would be willing to buy these like CAT scan machines just to look at it. And the other conversation that he had, which was very interesting, is like the conclusion that we've all come down to is there's no reason to ever buy a machine that looks at what is inside of a booster pack unless you were doing it to scam someone, right? Because the whole point of the booster pack is that you don't know what's inside. As long as you know what's inside, you're never going to sell that booster pack for more than what you know is inside of it, right? But it also makes something interesting, like, because the thing is that the CAT scan machine, I think, only picks up like what's foil in your card. So if it's foil, it'll pick up on the CT. But if it's not foil, if it's just like regular paper, it's going to be very hard to pick that up, any signal, because there's nothing to actually render. So it's very interesting, I watch these videos on YouTube about people doing crazy things, and I'm always wondering to myself, how did they come up with that? Like, it's really interesting. But yeah, I gotta say, the prices of things have been way too expensive right now. And this is worldwide. It doesn't matter where you live. I think it's happening everywhere. And it's just a little unfortunate, It's a little unfortunate that this is the way it is. We want people to have the ability to live affordably. We want people to be able to play Pokemon cards and Magic the Gathering cards affordably, And this is also why I don't like buying loose packs. It's never a good idea to buy loose packs, because even if they don't go through a CAT scan machine, they can still search the cards. There's an algorithm people can use to figure out where the foils are in a booster pack. It's called mapping, I think, where they map the booster box and they tell you, okay, there's going to be a very high likelihood that there's a foil in this pack, so the value of this pack might be very high. And yeah, it's very interesting how these things are, because the people have figured out what kind of cards you could expect to see in a booster pack. And that makes things very complicated, because do people want to buy vintage sealed product anymore of Pokemon or Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh even? Some of those old Yu-Gi-Oh cards I heard are very expensive too. Although Yu-Gi-Oh tends to lower their prices after a while because they reprint everything. But Yu-Gi-Oh also has been kind of gaining in popularity too. They've made a lot of pushes to make their card game very, very desirable. They've made different frames. Like they've I think I've heard stories about them going into serialization, just like Magic the Gathering, or doing different like cool holographic designs and stuff. There's all these things you could do, and it's very interesting how all these companies are trying to find ways to basically take your money. They want you to have a good experience, but I think at the end of the day, they want to appease the shareholders, right? They want to be able to market themselves and have a good amount of money flowing through the company. So, it's interesting that we're having this conversation while I'm opening packs. But I open packs because I love the game, and it does pain me when people are quitting the game or not playing the game, or they're like complaining about the game. I don't see as much complaints about this game after a while. I see people mostly interested in like, what's the next set going to be? When are we going to have Deluxe EX2? They made a push to get this set available for a week so that they could push more sales, which was a very good idea because people are starting to play the game a little bit more, I think. Although I have not been following, the top YouTubers, I have not been following the best content creators for TCG Pocket. I follow a lot of people. There's just too many things that I'm interested in, and there's too little time for me to be interested in all of them. So one of the cool, exciting things that I've been working on lately is this save editor. I was able to figure out how to edit save states on emulators, which is really cool. But that was a huge project that it's just funny because like I have all these projects, all these cool things and gadgets and discoveries, and I don't know. Sometimes I wish that I was better at marketing myself, or better at like advertising myself, because I feel like there's a lot of things in that Discord that can be offered to many different communities that could be very useful and valuable. And I just don't know how to get I just don't know how to get it to be more popular. I'm not a very good marketing person. I'm more of a STEM person, like math, science, technology, and engineering, that kind of thing. But the marketing, I gotta say, if you are good at marketing, that's a very cool trait. That's a very cool skill to have, being able to market. Marketing is like such a big part of there's a huge industry for this, and it would be really cool to get into it, honestly, because it's so complicated, and like it's just not a very easy thing to do. So I do have a lot of respect for people who are in marketing. That might sound, I don't know if that sounds good or bad, honestly, but I do really have a lot of respect for people who are in that kind of business because of how difficult it is to get into, and also how difficult it is to like be good at it, right? Because anyone can throw an ad and promote something, but to really know exactly what to say, to do SEO optimization, to figure out like which audiences to target, it's not easy. It's not easy, and whoever's good at that has already been like they're the ones that are famous, right? They're the ones that everybody knows about. So anyway, just wanted to give my 2 cents in. Figured I'd talk a little bit about some of the stuff that is on my mind, about how difficult the economy is right now, how unaffordable things are. Meanwhile, I'm I'm sitting here just like opening packs for fun. But yeah, I open these packs because I think people enjoy watching them open, and they like it when I talk about things like this. Even though it might be completely random. But I do talk about some of the card game market things. I'm not like an expert at Pokemon cards, but it's something that does interest me as a person to know like a little bit about the economy, and a little bit about like the politics and the drama that goes on in some sections of the community. So let me just see if there's anything else I need to unlock here. I think we've opened up all our packs for today. Let's see. Yep, we're done. Let's go ahead and exchange for that professor's research. doing this with one hand is difficult. And yeah, we're back at 14 professor researchers. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed my content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.